let's go. Romeo.
Yes, sir. Hi, welcome to the
Tour guide
Philippines.
for today. What tour are we doing today, Romeo?
Old Manila, sir. It's all about the walled city and a surrounding city, or what they call barangay around in Metro Manila. So we just passed by the Quiapo. It's one of the famous church inside the Metro Manila.
Okay. This right here is called
Jeepney.
jeepney.
Yes, it's about a former military jeep.
Oh, it's a former military jeep that they turned into a bus. This is the.
So it look like a small bus.
Mm-hmm.
So its capacity is about 8 or 16 passenger. So sometimes 19, including the driver. So it was usually a former military jeep during the World War II when the American left. They just bring all their tanks and they all left here the jeepney. So one of Mr. Sarao, who started to reinvent the jeep as first the taxi. It's not being used as a taxi because a lot of Filipino noticed about the war. So Mr. Sarao changed that one and color it, changed the seat into horizontal, and that's the revolution of the jeep to be one of the Philippine icon as a transportation. Usually we call it jeepney.
Right.
It's a combination of the two meaning, jeep as military jeep,
yes,
and knee as in honey.
Honey?
Yes. It's because the drivers a lot of time driving around in Metro Manila with his jeep. So his wife is so very jealous because that's your new honey, not me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, see? That's the meaning of jeep and honey. So sometimes you can see us in front of the driver. Instead of the passenger, the wife took over.
Question. That says Burgos to El.
That is gonna be his route, original
right,
route.
the route
so you
is
will
on
know
the
where
side.
you came, where you have to go. So different route, different signs where to go.
And what about this one here?
That's tricycle.
The tricycle.
Or sometimes you call it the tuk-tuk in Malaysia.
The Malaysia tuk-tuk. Now they use the jeepney also. Is that used in Thailand as well?
Sometimes here.
Yes. But it's mostly here.
Yes,
it started here. And tell me about, some of them are very fancily decorated. Tell me about the decoration and who started decorating them.
It's Mr. Sarao who started to revolution the jeep route, the transportation. Usually, the original jeepney has a lot of horses in front. Because an icon of the horses. So Mr. Sarao used to be a former jeep mechanic and also a horse lover. So he used to ride a horse caravan or horse carriage. Then after that one, he started to put the horses in front.
And is this the main form of transportation?
Yes, sir.
For the local people? Usually,
that's a main, still right now, it's a main transportation. What we call the Philippine icon of transportation. So there's a lot of jeepney, horses in front of that one. And Mr. Sarao, as former horse lover,
right,
then he started to put some horses, and that's one of the, I think, one of the news agency or program US interview him, and he asked why you have a lot of horses in front of you, because that means how many horsepower of Mustang in the US. So probably they said 4. So I have 8 horsepower, so that's more powerful.
Are we still in Makati?
Yes, sir. We're still in Makati. So gonna be this one that's the residential of Makati. So hotel's gonna be part of the business district.
Right. And what towns or cities are all included in
Metro Manila?
Yes.
There's a lot. It's about 16 cities, sir.
Okay.
So we will just pass about the Metro Manila and Makati.
What are the 16 cities in?
Navotas, Caloocan, BGC, Makati, Quezon City, Valenzuela, a lot of more.
So Angeles City, what's that part?
Angeles City Angeles City is about another province in northern part of Manila. That's where the Subic Bay and Subic Bay and Clark Field Air Base of US.
So, oh, that's where the military base is.
Yes, it's a former military base.
Is that why it's a really big, nightlife?
Not anymore today because during the early 90s, early 1980 to 1991, that's what we call the nightlife because there's a lot of military base. It's been a lot of pubs, club.
But they still say there's a lot, but not like it used to be.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Because no more military base.
Right, so it stopped a lot of stuff. So Makati is the business district of Manila. So is that where most of the corporations have?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's gonna be the main corporation, the head office usually. And all the production was outside of Metro Manila that we call the provinces. That's the production's gonna be stay in Laguna, Batangas, and Cavite.
So what the Philippines is made up of how many provinces?
How many provinces? I think 13 region.
13 regions.
And provinces, a lot.
Hundreds?
Yes, probably, sir. 100.
So where I'm staying is
Red Planet, Makati.
Red Planet,
Makati.
and the Makati, and the nightlife is on Burgos
Street.
Right.
Yes, sir. It's just a small.
Yeah, it's a small little strip, right?
Yes, sir.
But a lot of people come here to party, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
But there's also in Manila. Usually, it's in the former Red District. That's in Malate. But right now, only for the drinking, restaurant. That's it.
So how far is Malate from Makati?
We're probably about 7 or 8 kilometers. So
when you say kilometers, is that miles? Is that the same as a mile?
No, sir. So you're using miles, we're using kilometers. Much shorter.
And how long have you been doing this tour, Romeo?
Almost 2 years, sir.
2 years.
Yes.
What did you do before this?
Usually I'm a school service.
School service?
For 17 years. In our barangay, probably in northern part of southern part of Laguna.
So when you say school service, what did you do for the school?
Driving the student
the school
from
bus?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Usually not school bus, but it look like a van.
A van, okay.
Yes, sir.
Is that private school or public school?
Private and public school.
Okay.
It just also only in barangay. It's a small community. So that's why it was so safe because it's just inside of our barangay. Okay. So the barangay usually the small community. Then the district much larger than city, then region and province. This one, we call it the Padjak. Padjak. Run by the motors, run by the bicycle. Padjak. Oh, pedicab, we call it.
Pedicab. Oh,
yes, sir.
I heard that before. That pedicab. We use that in America, but not for. Is it that? But I heard that term before. And this is called a tricycle. Right.
It usually can carry up at least 8 people, including the driver.
On a tricycle?
Yes, sir.
How?
Okay. So probably in the couch, that one can carry at least 3 people.
Oh, right. One,
and
two,
at
three.
the back of the driver is 2. And including the driver is 8.
8
so,
people.
1, 2, 3, 4.
What area are we in now?
Still in Makati, sir.
Oh, we
are now right now in Manila.
Oh, just Manila.
Yeah, so you can see a lot of unlike in Makati, there's a lot of hanging spaghetti. That's one, sir.
Oh, you mean for the phones?
Yeah, the telephone cables.
Yes.
I call it hanging spaghetti.
Hanging spaghetti.
And you see all the meter base was being outside because there's a lot of inside the Spider-Man. The Spider-Man who made the electricity for free, but for the jumper. So they stealing the.
So they put it up really high.
Yes, sir.
So there's a lot of jeepney.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of jeepney.
So that's the reason why our President Duterte wants to lessen the jeepney to make that one the
electric bus.
Yes, electric jeepney.
Electric
bus.
jeepney. Okay. The jeepneys are beautiful though.
Usually, it's run almost 40 years.
40 years?
Yeah, so that's why the reason they contribute a lot of pollution, and usually all the engine is second hand from Japan. So that's the reason. Usually all the jeepney here is we call it reconverts or recondition.
Does it take diesel fuel? What kind of
diesel,
fuel?
Sir.
Diesel, right.
Mostly all the jeepney run by the diesel because if they run the gasoline, probably
too much money.
Yes.
Yes, it's much different over here. Now, this is more residential.
Yes, sir. Manila residential. Usually, that's the former capital of Philippines. The famous of the Philippines, what we call Manila City. That's a former capital right now. And then it was changed to be Metro Manila, composed of the 16 cities.
Okay. So it made it wider.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Including the old Metro Manila, all the cities surrounding the Manila.
So what are we going to see on this tour today?
The old Manila, especially the Intramuros. Then I will show you one of the oldest Chinatown in the whole world, except the China. And running around in some part of beside of the walled city or the Intramuros.
Walled city. And it's a church that's involved too?
Yes, sir. Our mother church, we call it Manila Cathedral. And the luckiest church is San Agustin. San Agustin Church.
That's the what church?
The luckiest church because during the bombing of America in World War II of Manila, the San Agustin Church is not being hit by bomb. So we call it the luckiest church, and also most expensive regarding wedding.
That's what someone told me yesterday. You have to be very rich to get married there.
Yes, sir.
So if you get married there, I guess it's a big thing for your wife. If you pay for that. Or her father pays for it.
Usually, I have a guest who they are being married for almost 30 years. They are Filipina from US. And when they see the San Agustin, so they're so very lucky because they are still together.
So the lucky church
makes because usually it was sacred about the marriage. Unlike the other churches, it's because right now, especially in Manila Cathedral, in my own terms, sir, usually when the couples married in Manila Cathedral, sometimes they just broke.
They break up.
Yeah. Unlike in San Agustin.
How much money does it cost to get married there?
In San Agustin, probably 100,000, sir. That's why
100,000 US
pesos, sir.
That's the rich church. So 100,000 pesos. How much is that in American?
100,000 is about 25,000 times.
25,000. That's an average wedding in America.
Yes, so here, if you want to getting married, must secret, go to the city hall.
Yes.
Much cheaper.
I have an older cousin. He's my mother's first cousin. I don't really know him well, but he's married to a Filipino woman, and I believe she's Filipino, and she's either Filipino or Thailand. But I saw his wedding pictures, and there was like about 100 people in the picture.
Yes.
Mostly the woman's family.
Yes, sir. Usually, if there's some kind tradition in the Philippines, usually if you're getting married to another province, for example in Batangas, and the whole barangay, you have to invite them.
The whole family.
Yeah, even the family and friends. So you have to be.
So you have to pay for all of those people.
You have to be, or probably you have to get at least 5 pigs just to feed them.
What's that? That's a big thing here. They call it chicharron.
Chicharron?
Chicharron. That's like what the Spanish people call fried pig.
It's what's a skin by deep fried. Pork skin that deep fried in.
So what do y'all call the pig that y'all eat here?
Lechon.
Lechon. That's what I was trying to say.
Roasting pig.
That's the roasted pig.
Yes. You see
Is
the
there-
jeepneys there?
How do they know when you want to get picked up? You just stand on the side?
Yes, sir. So that's why the reason they cause a lot of traffic, because you can see it's
Stop
just stuck
anywhere.
in the middle.
Anywhere.
Yeah.
How much does it cost?
9 pesos for 4 kilometers and another peso for succeeding kilometers.
So
Yes.
okay, so tell me what part of so now
We are now in
Pacquiao is in the form of
Senator.
government. Senator.
Yes, it's a fighting, we call it fighting senator.
Fighting senator.
Yes, sir. Usually, he always used his fight only for his what we call the vacation for the Senate or the recess.
Uh-huh.
So every time he get fight during the international fighting.
Yes.
So that means always no work in the Senate. That is promised to the Filipino people.
Oh wow.
So every time I have fight, I make sure that that's gonna be the recess of the Senate, so I can fight without working as the government. So that means I'm free man today. I'm not a senator right now.
Right.
So that's the reason why is that Filipino loves him.
Yes, he's done a lot of good things for the Filipino
Yes,
people.
sir. So this is the area which we call Mabini. This is gonna be the former red district.
A former red light district.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
It was
okay.
right now. It was changed because a lot of what they call changing from pub, club to business, especially for the money changer,
Money exchange.
seaman, and what you call the house for the seaman.
House for the Senate.
Seaman.
Seaman.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's a lot of usually restaurants was changed, and in front of us, your American embassy.
This is the American
Yes,
embassy.
the huge American embassy in the Philippines. So that's why sometimes I call it the last military base of US in the Philippines. It's because
And
that
this-
is that one until to this one. So
And it used to be the military base.
no,
And
sir,
that's
just,
why this was the red light district.
yes, sir.
They came here to service all the military people.
Yes, because there's a doctor, usually the destroyer, the aircraft carrier. So yeah, the last port of US in the Philippines. You're so very huge. Usually the embassy is look like an office, but the US embassy, that's the biggest one. They said also the official resident of the US ambassador.
Oh, it is here. So what part does the U.S. Embassy play in the Philippines now?
As part of the Friends of the
Friends of the U.S.?
yes, right now.
That's why we could come here with no visa.
Yes, sir. We can have a what you call.
Just a stamp.
Yes, sir. And the most secure embassy in Metro Manila, especially the US. And they say every flat box covered with this thick metal sheet, and also inside that one. That's why they are so very sure. So then when started to some demonstration, actually beside that one is the WPD or Western Police District. When there's just one call, all the policemen
come over here.
They're here to protect the US embassy.
Wow. So the U.S. I don't know the history of the U.S. and the Philippines.
It was during the war between the Spanish and the American war. Yes, sir. Which won by American. We call it the Manila Bay Battle. And that's the reason when the Spanish lose against the American, then they sell it the 3 continent for the country. One is the Puerto Rico, I think, Guam, and Philippines for 20 million pesos. We call it the Treaty of Paris.
Treaty of Paris.
Yes, sir.
Because Americans beat the Spanish. So then what did the Americans do once they beat them? They gave it
usually
back to the Philippines now.
Yes, as part of that, we have democracy regarding we have the elected president, which started with Manuel L. Quezon.
And so America probably put in the president that
yes, sir.
they
Usually,
wanted.
sir, one of the things, the reason why a lot of Filipinos speak English,
it was demanded by America.
It was because during the time of Spanish, the Spanish did us teach us how
to speak Spanish.
Spanish. We speak Spanish, but we did not know.
Right.
Unlike the American, they are the one who started to study the English, and we become literate. So that's the big
because
difference.
Y'all knew how to speak Spanish, but y'all didn't know how to spell it. Y'all didn't know how to read it.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And what's the language that people speak here?
Tagalog.
Tagalog.
But we have a lot of dialects. So probably even we are Filipino. We came from Manila. When you go to in Pampanga, one of the provinces, spoke different language. So we we cannot understand each other. But if you said Tagalog, suddenly they knew Tagalog. So it's a little about Tagalog, but for me, I cannot understand the way they talk. What we call the dialect, we call, for example, Kapampangan, and I'm Tagalog. So the one thing we can make understand is to speak English. So right now we are now in our national park.
Okay.
Rizal Park. So right now, sir, it's up to you roaming around because I cannot go out here.
I can walk around and come back.
Yes, sir. I'm just waiting you here.
I take like 5 minutes or so.
Yes.
It's a big park?
It's a big park. So we're roaming around. That's where our national hero being.
Okay, here.
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm going to go and check it out. And I'll be back soon.
Yes, sir. I'm just waiting here.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to go to the national park. It's called Rizal Park. So far, Romeo has been an excellent tour guide. He's very informative. Thanks to American-Spanish War, they speak English here. They were taught English. Most of the Filipino people speak English, Tagalog, and a few other dialects. So it's been pretty easy to communicate here. It's very difficult when I was trying to communicate in the Spanish-speaking countries like Colombia, Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, Panama. Here, we speak English. And here's the national park.
That's Manila Hotel, the very first 5 hotel in Manila, and also that's gonna be the general headquarters of General Douglas MacArthur during the liberations against the Japanese during the World War II. So Manila was so devastated because of the this. The Manila is gonna be the stronghold of the Japanese Imperial Army. So that's American. Just to get into the Metro Manila on Manila, they just bombed this one as 9 consecutive days.
Wow.
So you can see a lot of changes, structures in Metro Manila. So some building, what we call the Art Deco.
Art Deco.
So that's one of the famous of the American, what they rebuilt the Manila.
So America put a lot of money into Manila.
Yes, sir. Because as I said, they are the one who bombed the Manila. Then they also the one who rehabilitate the Manila.
Oh, so America bombed the Manila here, so because Japan had a stronghold here.
Yes, sir.
And so then they came and rebuilt it.
Yes, sir.
Destroy and rebuild.
Yes, sir. The what they call the Podo Bomber of Rizal, that building.
Oh, that big one there.
Yeah, the Torre Lorenzo. Usually it was stopped because of a national historian just made to stop that because the image of Dr. Rizal, because we have a law that only Dr. Jose Rizal must be seen only that's the area. But the problem, the last mayor who approved to put that huge building,
and they have an obelisk right over his head. He's standing in front of an obelisk.
Yes, sir.
So they still showing his Freemasonry.
Yes, sir. Actually, Dr. Jose Rizal was exactly executed on that. You see that on the left side of the Rizal?
Oh, okay.
That's,
right here.
Yeah. On the other side, sir.
Oh, the other side.
Yeah. That's where Dr. Jose Rizal really executed on December 30 at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Wow. I gotta look more into that. Because I've been to Egypt and I've studied Egyptology and all of that stuff and the whole Freemasonry and the obelisks and all over the world where they all came out of Egypt, and they gave them, well, Kemet, they gave as gifts to different countries. There's obelisks in different places in different countries. In Turkey, there's one in Central Park. There's a lot of history behind that.
And behind also that monument is actually, it was being some competition, the American has some competition to make a national landmark, so which we call the Rizal Park. Then they started a lot of entry from different country to put that one, and actually that monument is only second prize winner.
The second prize winner?
Yes, sir. We call it the Motto Stella, that monument, or the guiding star. You can see the 3 star, so representing the 3 major islands in the Philippines, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao.
So I'm trying to figure out how I can get to one of the islands, as far as maybe going to Cebu or Palawan, and someone said I need to go to El Nido.
El Nido, one of the best beaches we have here.
So I don't know how to get there.
So probably just book. So how many days you've been left? You have a lot of time.
Yeah, I'm leaving on the 27th.
So probably you want just call the office and they will arrange you.
What office call?
To our office.
Oh, y'all have that trip?
Oh yes, sir. Usually they will a lot of what they call from the side to from our tours. They also a lot of offering some inter-island. Yes, sir.
So do y'all take care of the flight too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That would be better, so I don't have to do all the work myself.
Probably I can call the office, so
okay.
Can talk them.
Okay. Yeah. That would be great.